String functions in Python. Yesterday we have seen the declaring string and how to access the string. So for that two different program we have seen that we see this from we can define a string by using single quote, double quote, triple quote. Either we can print directly on all the characters, and these are the slicing methods. Start first, any position, last position, second last. Some slicing start with, ends with, in between, all this thing, right? Apart from this, we have seen one more programs where we have seen that not in and in part. Okay. Today we'll focus on string functions. There are many functions. Let's see the one by one, and we'll combine for doing some programs, logical programs. Okay, let me save this file first as str function fn. Okay. So let me take one string. As usual, I will take the yesterday string only code in C code. Yes. So let me print it first. So I'll directly print as a S. So the original string. Now we're going to see the functions. The function means which is already available. Built-in function we are going to see. Later on, we'll see the user-defined functions and module part, all that thing step by steps. But very first part that we want to focus on string functions. So very first function is about how to get the length of the string. If you want to check the length of the string, then how we can check the length? For checking length, there is a function called len, L-E-N, len of s. Okay, in many programming language there is a length is there, but in Python, len is a function. So len will calculate the length of the string, that is a 12. Remember in string, while accessing index position, it starts with a 0, but only for calculating length, it starts with the ones. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Very first function is about length. Okay. Now let's go for the second functions. Capitalized. Okay, capitalized is a functions. We have to observe the output, what it will do. Okay, we already have our first letter as a capital, so let me make it as a small. Okay, so let me print print print. There is a function called s dot c. There is a capitalize is a function. Sorry, capital cap capitalize. Just observe the function user. If I run this program, you'll come to know that original string having a first letter as small. So capitalize make first letter capitals. Okay, get the length of strs. Make first letter capital. So depending on need, we can calculate the functions and get the outputs. Now see second functions. The capitalize is to make first letter as a capitals, but assume that you already have a first letter capital, and if you want to make it as a small, okay, it's all the first letter you want to make a small, then you can use there is a function called case fold. For example, assume that I have one string here, like material str, sorry, st is equal to a double s, s2 is equal to. Assume that there is a function called hello, first letter capital G. Hello, today is mi versus RCB match. If you
Yes.
observe the string, every word is starting with an first letter as a capitals. But if you want to make it as a smaller case of all the characters, then there is a function called s2 dot casefold. Casefold, it's actually. Okay, you can write CASE case fold FOLD. Again, observe the question like outputs. Let me close this. See what happened here. Every first letter is a capital, but the case fold will be down it to all first letters should be a smaller case. Hello, today is MIRCPM for the match. Okay. So they are very simple function, but it's very useful whenever you have a big paragraphs and you want to want to make some change, so that you can use these things. Okay, so capitalize this. A single line function is there. We can do it. Okay, now let's go something. So suppose hello, 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 hello. Okay, so there is one more function called a count. Okay, if you want to count a particular word, how many times it comes, so that I can use the count as a functions. Okay, so you can directly use count of s2. So in the string 2 we have function. We want to count a particular word, and that word should be any word. Let me have as a word. So this will automatically count how many times hello occurs. The function, it's helpful to get output in shorter way. Otherwise, we need to add a for loop for that. Then we can declare counter initialize with 0. Then whenever there is if condition, hello is matched, and then we are going to counter plus plus. But there is directly a function called count, which will count how many times that word is comes occurs. So the hello comes for the 4 times, 1, 2, 3, 4. This is one of the functions. Right. There are many functions, but I'm telling you the useful functions that we are going to use. Okay. So there's alpha, uppercase, lowercase is also the functions. That is simple. Okay, let me go with some other functions, any kind of function that we can use. There is an encode function is also there, which will encode the string with some any it will mix something else. For example, if you want to encode something, so you can directly write s2 dot encode encode. It will add some random encoding. F5. See, can you see this encode functions? Okay. So it's actually the word is this, but we are encoding. So it is encode of the string is this. Means it's not going anyone can read easily because we are encoding something. It as internally it is adding something code, so that is not readable. Okay. This is also one of the functions. And then count we have seen there is a function called end with either return true or false. If you want to check this function, it is with end with end with WITH. We can specify any, like if I specify SS, it will give us a false. Ooh, STRSS. No attributes end with this. Okay, it's only matching attribute it may check. So let me check that. Hello, HE capital HE double L double L O. Hello. not ends with which character we are using. S2 dot end with, not end with, it's ends with is there. It's wrong we have. Yeah, it's written now true because hello is a word which is ending with this. If I make it as something other variable like in TT now, it is not ends with, it will give a return as a false. This is also one of the functions which will check whether it is ends with or not. Okay. And so this is a count function, but the problem with the count function, if something word is not found, for example, instead of hello, I'm writing a tello, see, we'll get the output as a zero. Okay, it is not clearly specified here what do you mean by zero and something like, right? So either we want a true or false. So instead of that count, you can use a find as a word. Find. So it may be find the n number of times, but it will return either true or false. So find is a function. Oh, it is also returning zero if they found. And if it not found, then minus one. Okay, fine. So they are returning in numbers. If the value is found, it return minus ones, or not found minus one. If found, it will return zero. You may think about what is use of this kind of functions. Okay, based on these functions, you can develop one mini project kind of things. Just assume that if I given like 50 lines of paragraphs, and now within that paragraph I want to like perform some kind of operations. If I tell you to like okay, find this word whether they have found it or not. Okay, see, many time you can find that. So, like, let me tell you the real time example. So, taking any paragraphs. I'm telling you the real time example where it is used. Now, this is a paragraphs, and you want to find something word like how we are doing control F5, right? In F5, I'm going to find OFTEN. See how exactly it is finding, because there is a function kind of find something word from the given string, right? This is operation. You can also take this kind of paragraph and you can find, and if you want to count that particular word how many times, so you can see there is a four count we have seen. This means they are using two of the function. One is a find also, second is a count also. If four times you can see that functions. And below also you can find often somewhere. It is actually given here four times counts. Right? See, we have here often. Okay, this is use of find and the count function. It will found and the count the functions. Right. Now, one of the program we want to do, is there any function for the alpha num? Is alpha num? Let me check. Fine. Okay. So there is a length function, there is a find function, there is a lowercase, there is a uppercase. That is a simple functions. Can find it easily. Is upper, lower is there. Fine. Okay, let me take one real-time examples. One of the problems or one of the program we want to solve, and that is nothing but a password validation. So what I want to do, we want to accept one of the password, and that password parameter is like that first parameter it should follow. The length should be 8. Second parameter it must follow like at least one alphabet. One alphabet. Capital alphabet. One capital. letters. One capital letters. And second should be one capital letter. Third one, at least one small letter. In fourth parameters, like at least one digit. One digits. When these all parameters are satisfied, then only your password will be valid. For example, if I write the password like that, assume that my password is test 1234, then it is a valid password because it is having a capital letter, small letter, and the number. If I write any kind of thing like this is, though the length is 8, but there is no uppercase letter, it is not valid. Okay. So this program we want to do, let's check how we can validate it. Okay. For that, we need a function. We know how to get a length. The length is a function. Second, for checking capitals, so there is is uppercase is a function which will check whether uppercase is having or not. Then for a smaller is lowercase a function, and for the digit is a function. Four function we are going to see for solve this problem for the password validations. Okay. So let's start with the step by steps, like how we can actually password validation programs. You got it? What do you want to do?
Yes, sir.
Perfect. So let's now it look easy, but how to get the output that see? Okay, we'll solve one by one function and we'll implement all the function together. Very first thing I will write in PWD password validation files. So the password validation programs. Okay, I will add a four condition, but I will give the fifth condition for you, which would be accept some special characters. You can add on later on, but first of all, see how to combine it. See, there is a function like we can take the let we take now from hard coded, then we can take it from users. See, there are simple functions. Suppose if I'm having a capital E, I will check here like print pwd dot is upper is double per. Okay, not a function. Let me check. Is upper single double per. Okay, so it is giving a true. That means it's checking whether letter is uppercase or not. But the problem is it will check one character at a time. If I writing like this, it will give the false because it is not entirely upper. There is a one case upper letters. Okay.
Yes.
This is one. It will check uppercase letter. Now let me check something. PRI anti-print is lower is a function. PWD is LOWER lower. It will give false because it's not lowercase. Though I am writing there is a function, both are the false because lower only check the lowercase letter, upper will check only uppercase letters. So if I make it as upper, upper will be the true, lower will be the false. If I make it as a lower, lower will be the true, upper will be the false.
So can we write word instead of the password?
Yeah, we can write the password and that only we are going to do, but I'm building the program step by steps. Okay, understand the logic.
Yeah.
Is there one more function which will check the digit? So what challenge we have that I'm trying to explain you. Print print. So pwd dot each digit is a function digit. So each digit will check whether number is a digit or not. For example, if the number is like this, so it will give the true. Oh, is a bracket missing? Yeah, is there a bracket missing? Yes, nice. A digit is there. But we are not going to accept single character from user, right? So user will print directly a letter kind of thing. Suppose now uppercase, capital. See, if you see the password, which is having uppercase letter, which is having lowercase letter, which is having a digit as well. But the all things we are getting false, 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 false. Okay? Because internally what happened, this uppercase function will check all everything. Upper, lower. If anything find other than upper, it will give the false. Lowers also found anything about from lowers, it will false. Digital also it's found anything about, apart from this, it will give the false. In the challenge for us to how to verify whether it is uppercase having at least one uppercase, one lowercase, or one digits. So the answer is we can apply the for loops and we'll check every individual characters. If at any position, if we can get uppercase or lowercase or digit, we can make a flag as a true. Okay, because in which position we are having upper or lower, it doesn't matter. But we at least have one uppercase letter, one lowercase letter, one digit case letter. Okay. So for that, we can apply the for loops, and within the for loop, we can apply this kind of function. If password dot is upper equal to true or is upper, then we can make it as flag as a true. In at least some position we are having true characters or true flag because it's checking only a single character and we are entirely matching this password, so it will always give the false. So the answer for this, what we can do, we can apply the for loop for I in PWD, right? And what will happen if I try to print here print print I, can observe that all the character we can access here. Now, within the for loop, we can apply this function. Okay, or we can apply the functions. Simple. I'll go there, add the if positions. If pwd dot is upper, if anything is upper is found, sorry, what we'll do here, I will print that I. Okay. In the similar manner, I'll go it for the lower as well and the for digit as well. Is lower and is digit. See what we are doing here. You come to know that only applying a single function it will not work. If I write like this, you come to know what is happening here. If PWD is upper, okay, if still we are getting false for I in PWD. Okay, everything is getting false. So now what we'll do, we'll try to make it some flag. Suppose spelling is correct, perfect. Let me comment out this single line functions. Now try to check this. So instead of I want to make it something like 1 here. Okay, as of now, just check, we'll check. 1 is there. Here also I can add 1. Not printing. Okay, let's check now. See, what do you want to do? Whether we are getting I in everywhere, let's check first. Print I. Is that correct? Okay, we are having a character, right? I. So it's somewhere it is maybe is upper or not I, nah. It's like, sorry, not PWD. It must be I. I dot is upper, I dot is lower, I dot is digits. This is a want of make. You can see that we are having 1 1 1 1 1 at many times. Right? Now let me print this here. I. We are directly checking a password which is a combinedly always with a false. Now let's check here. This is comment. See, is lower is checking lower is digits and digits. Means we are combinedly it is sometimes is true. That's why we are getting output as like this. But we are not going to print all the lowercase, all the uppercase. We are checking only once. At least once it comes, we'll make a flag as a true. So for that, I will take a flag here for as a lowercase. LC is equal to 0. UC is equal to 0. DG is equal to 0. So what we'll do, whenever there is an uppercase, I will make an uppercase is equal to 1. Whenever there is a lowercase, I will make it a lowercase is equal to 1. And whenever there is a digit, I will make it a dg is equal to 1. And my job is to check all flags are 1 1 1 1. So that means or password containing at least one uppercase letter, one lowercase letter, or one digits. So let me print it first. You'll understand what we are doing. LC comma DG. See, if I run this program, so you can have the output as 1111. Why we're getting a 3 time 1? Because it will contain lowercase letter, uppercase letter, and the digit as well. Right? If I remove the digits, now see what will happen. It containing uppercase and the lowercase, but not digits. So it will have a 0. If I remove the this, then I can see that it is having only a lowercase, not the uppercase. Right? So this is what we wanted. Now you're having only the uppercase. Now see what happens. Means all parameter are checking whether it is having uppercase or not, lowercase or not, and anything. So this is what we wanted. Once we have all the 1111, then our password is valid. Otherwise, it isn't invalid. But this password we are going to accept from the user. So I'll write a password like is equal to int of input. We'll ask the enter password. Enter password. PASSWORD. Colon space. Yes. Test characters. See, 11110. Something is missing, friends. Let's go there. Capital letters, small letter, and the digits. Everything is 111. Now perfect. Fine. So at it, what we are going to do, we'll go here and we'll add one if conditions. That if condition is what? Simple. And remove these functions. I will add here that function. Fine. In here, we'll add if condition. If the all the flags are true, like LC is equal to 1 and UC is equal to 1. I'm adding and because everything would be a 111. DG is equal to 1. If all flag are 1, then we can add the condition that password is a valid password. VALID, valid PASSWORD. If any flag is missing, so that should be your wrong password, or we can say that invalid password. So it is invalid password. Invalid password. PASSWORD. Now let's check. Ooh, LC, no, right? Not single equal to, it should be a double equal to. Not assigning, we are comparing. So that's when it was double equal to. So let me password enter something. See, it's a valid password. Uppercase, lowercase, this is. But if you check uppercase, lowercase, digits, it is still valid. And one condition is missing here. If you observe your programs, which one it is? Length should be 8. Right? So length condition how you can manage? You can get the length of the string as well. And how we can get the length? And len of PWD, yeah, directly.
Yes.
It should be greater than or equal to 8. Okay, now let's check TST test 1, 2, 3. Now the length is 7. It is must be invalid. Perfect. Uppercase, lowercase, and digits. But length is not 8, so it's invalid. I can check. Test 1, 2, 3, 4. It's a valid uppercase, lowercase, and the digit as well. So this is how we can use the string function to solve our programs. Got it?
Yes, sir.
And I will give the one addition to these programs, and that is your task. You have to complete it. And the task is you need to verify, or you can find any function from the Google or instead you can take any kind of else. I want to add the fifth conditions, and you all know that every password have some special symbol as well. Okay, your password must contain one or at least one special symbol. Correct? Means at least hashtag, at the rate, ampersand, brackets, anything. And that condition you can add. Okay, you can find for the special characters checking, and you know that very well. You can increase one of the extra flag, and you can check here and add condition as well. Perfect. That thing you have to do, and this is how we can use the strings. And further also we can use the string to solve any kind of programs. We'll do 2 3 program modes, but that is on Wednesday. Okay, and till then you can practice string, slice function, and these are the function and the task that I assigned to you. Is there any doubt in that how we are solving this in the
No,
logic?
sir. No, sir.
Clear? Perfect. So I'll send you this programs, you can practice and add that extra flag condition check. Bye.